Hello again, and you're mighty welcome to this, the latest edition of Weekly Wind-Up. I'm Dave Hodgson. It's really great to be in your company. Today we're taking a look at the Waves Disability Centre in Slaithwaite and some issues they had recently with Kirklees Active Leisure. Our reporter Kyle Warwick went to the centre to find out more.
I'm Ben Wright and I'm Managing Director at Waves, and our tagline is making waves, making a difference in the community. And basically we provide a day provision. We don't say day care really, because it's not so much about people just coming to a safe place and being looked after and then leaving at the end of the day. People come here and all those things happen as well, but it's about development and becoming better as people, so independent living skills, working in the community, stuff like that. We always like to access the community as much as we can, so if that's going swimming, or if that's going to the sports centre, or if that's having work placements in the village, it's all about accessing the community and being part of the community. And as we're going to get onto, the sports centre was one of our ways of accessing physical activity within the community. We've gone there for about 3 years now, maybe a little bit more, on a Friday morning, and they phoned us up on it was like a Thursday or a Wednesday, and we normally go on a Friday morning, and they just said that your time slot has been changed, and we've changed it to over the lunchtime period, which, as you can imagine, with like 50 people, lunchtime's not exactly an ideal time to be doing sport. And then what do we do? Do we put lunch earlier or do we put lunch later, and then it affects the afternoon's activity? So basically we couldn't do it. It wasn't suitable times for us. So I went down in person and spoke to them and said, is there anything we can do about this? Why have you changed it without sort of any consultation with us? We've been with you 3 years, all that sort of thing. And they said, well, it's just how the times are now. You can take it or leave it. And I said, was there any other days or some later times? And they said, no, it's this or nothing. All the members that go love it, and it started off with about 10 people going, and now we've got sometimes like 30 people on a Friday morning. The abilities range from people that just have physical disabilities, so that they're in a chair and they get there, and the getting there is the hardest part. Once they're there, it's easy. To people with, say, autism, that may be on the autistic spectrum, and then it becomes about the routine as well as the physical activity. So it's not just the day that we do it and the time, it's getting there and the activities we actually do. So we do the same activities in some cases. So anyway, we came back, and then basically we phoned the examiner and said, Colne Valley Sports Centre has changed our times and they're not giving us any other options. And it feels to us that they're just trying to push us out. So anyway, they phoned them up, had a chat, see if it was true. And then that afternoon they phoned us back and offered us a better time, which was in Friday afternoon, which we ended up taking. So we've changed our times a little bit. It was a little bit of a headache for some of the autistic lads and ladies, but they've taken to it all right now. We never had any problems with any of the staff. They all know our names. We go swimming twice a week. We go to the sports centre every week. So we know all the staff there. It seemed, and we were told, that it was a managerial decision, and we don't have much to do with the managers. We see the people on the shop floor and work with them, and they know us. So I can't imagine anything changing in that sense. They're still just as friendly as they ever were with us. I imagine that in the future they'll realise that they can't just, or they shouldn't really just change things without talking to people that have got a long-term slot with them. All they needed to do really was phone us up and say, we're thinking about changing your time. It's going to have to change. What could we do to maybe make it less stressful and make it so that we can still attend? Because that was the main goal. We still wanted to do our sports, but they didn't do that. They just phoned us and said, this is what's happening, like it or lump it. And then they only changed their mind about it after I'd been to the examiner. Some other people got hold of the story. So a gentleman in Glasgow, we don't know him, set up an online petition for us, but he was pushing his own political agenda using our company, which we weren't happy about, but I couldn't do anything about it. It was through change.org, and they're based in America, and they just said that freedom of speech, they can set it up any petition they want, even though they were using our name to push their own political ends. The best way would be go on our website, which is www.wavesgroup.co.uk, and on there's contact numbers and all details about us.
Unfortunately, we've been unable to reach any of the higher echelons of CAL for a comment, but we cordially invite them to tell us what they will be doing to prevent such a publicity nightmare. CAL can get in contact with us in exactly the same way as you can. If you have any comments on today's show, then please email us at info@kirkleeslocaltv.com. On Twitter, search at The Weekly Windup. And on Facebook. I've been Dave Hodgson, you've been you. Do join me again next time for another Weekly Windup.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like fishing, but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures,
tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas gloves, clothes, pocket knife, roach.
or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.